Assalamualaikum and greetings to all of you. My name is Rosdi Safian from the Faculty of Communication and Media Studies, University Technology Mara. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about adolescents at risk online, consolidating global evidence and calibrating Malaysian policy between 2013 to 2025. In a nutshell, this presentation will cover 5 sections. The first one, the introduction part, followed by literature review, and then we have the methodology, then we have the findings, and lastly, the conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, cyberbullying in social media has become a multi-dimensional challenge spanning public health, education, and digital governance. It is strongly associated with depression, anxiety, social withdrawal, and many more. In 2022, UNICEF estimates that 1 in 3 adolescents worldwide has experienced online bullying and 1 in 5 has missed school as a result, underscoring the severity of its impact. Malaysia reflects these global dynamics in sharp ways. Reported cases surged from 3,199 in 2023 to 8,399 by November 2024, making cyberbullying the nation's most prevalent cybercrime, according to MCMC 2024. Thus, the objective of this study is, the first one, to review global and Malaysian research on cyberbullying in social media between 2013 and 2025, with particular focus on adolescents' mental health and gender, and secondly, to evaluate the extent to which Malaysian policy responses reflect empirical insights and to propose pathway for alignment with international best practices. Moving on to the literature review, basically there are 4 literature reviews related to this study. The first one, Global Research on Cyberbullying 2013 to 2025. Global synthesis increasingly frames cyberbullying as a structural phenomenon that interacts with platform affordances, social hierarchies, and cultural logics. The second literature review, Malaysian Research on Cyberbullying. 3 weaknesses persist. The first one, the interaction of gender and culture is rarely analyzed, despite global evidence that this strongly mediates both risk and resilience. Second, theoretical framework remains marginal. Prevalence survey dominates while social ecological perspective and intersectional analysis are rarely employed. And lastly, policy translation is weak, with research seldom informing initiatives such as the Malaysian Education Blueprint or MCMC's cyber safety programs. The third literature review, Comparative Gaps and Theoretical Positioning. International research increasingly embeds cyberbullying within social, ecological, and intersectional frameworks that account for peer dynamics, cultural expectations, and digital affordances. Malaysia's work, however, remains anchored in cross-sectional surveys with limited theoretical integration. And the last literature review, Policy Alignment and Research Practice Gap. The links between empirical findings and policy remain tenuous. Evidence on psychological distress and gendered experiences are largely absent from school frameworks and awareness campaigns, leaving responses fragmented. As for the methodology, we are currently looking at PRIMA 2020 flow diagram for the semi-systematic review of cyberbullying, gender, adolescents' mental health from 2013 to 2025. Basically, there are 3 stages involved: identification, screening, and inclusion. Identification. Initial search in Scopus involved 220 records. From this total number of 220 records, 88 records are relevant after the filtering stage, and then only 82 records are relevant after the duplicate removal, followed by title and essay review. In this stage, 70 records were excluded, leaving behind only 65 records. And now we have come to the most important part of the presentation, the findings. Basically, there are 6 findings from this study. The first one, adolescents' mental health. The divergence between global and Malaysian evidence leaves a structural knowledge gap. International work has begun to map mediating influences such as peer support and cultural norms that shape resilience. But Malaysian studies has not tested this mechanism. The second findings, gender and identity. International evidence confirms that gender and cultural norms interact with platform design to sustain cycles of harm. By contrast, Malaysian scholarship has remained descriptive, providing little empirical foundation for gender-responsive or culturally attuned intervention. The third finding, theoretical positioning. Global research is converging on theories that account for culture, identity, and systematic influence, while Malaysian scholarship risks remaining silent, generating evidence that is locally descriptive but internationally peripheral. The fourth finding, methodological development. Global research on cyberbullying has advanced methodologically from single time point prevalence surveys to more sophisticated design that capture the evolving nature of digital harm. In Malaysia, methodological approaches remain constrained. Most studies rely on cross-sectional survey designs that measure prevalence and correlate experiences of cyberbullying with psychological distress. The fifth finding, digital platforms and algorithmic risk. Global evidence emphasizes that algorithmic accountability and platform regulation must be central to strategies for adolescent well-being. For Malaysia, advancing in this direction requires stronger collaboration between regulators, researchers, and technology companies so that empirical insights into platform design inform both preventive measures and regulatory frameworks. And the last findings, policy integration and legal gaps. The alignment between research and policy remains a structural weakness in addressing cyberbullying. Legal frameworks further accentuate this gap. Addressing these gaps require both scholarly and policy innovation. As a conclusion, this paper's analysis of cyberbullying research has revealed significant advancements in understanding the multifaceted nature of this pervasive issue. Early research focused on the prevalence and psychological impacts of cyberbullying, particularly on adolescents and young adults. As the field evolved, scholars delved deeper into the social, cultural, gendered, and technological dimensions of cyber aggression, uncovering critical insight into its systematic and intersectional dynamics. The Malaysian context offers a unique lens for examining cyberbullying due to its multi-ethnic, multi-religious, and highly connected society. While Malaysian studies contribute valuable localized perspective, they often lack alignment with global research trends, particularly in employing robust theoretical framework. Moreover, research in Malaysia remains predominantly cross-sectional, limiting its ability to address causal relationship and long-term impact, which are vital for formulating effective intervention. Before I end my presentation, so basically I already covered all 5 sections: the introduction part, literature review, methodology, finding, and conclusion. I guess that's all from me today. Thank you very much. I wish all of you have a nice day ahead. Assalamualaikum.